Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So I was on Instagram just yesterday, and I was scrolling through, my news feed, and I saw this video of the comedian Tahir. I don't know if you all know who he is. He's a black comedian. He was on a podcast called the Sunday Scoop Comedy Podcast, and he made some remarks about his marriage and how, he does things in his marriage. And it sparked a really interesting conversation. Now, if you're one of the type of people who loves to say, oh, well, that works for them or this works for them and not, no, this is how marriage should be, then this probably is not the video for you. But I encourage you to still listen anyways. Now, if you've seen any amount of my videos, pertaining to marriage and relationships, then you should know I'm a person who promotes relationships, loyalty, commitment, a marriage between a man and a woman who don't go out, seeking gratification outside of the marriage, functional, non-toxic, healthy relationships, especially in the black community, because it seems like we're in a serious deficit of that. But anyways, he said that he believes in this 20-80 rule where he says that he can get 80% from the woman he's in a relationship with, who he's married to, who he loves. But sometimes he feels like he has to get that 20 from someone else that he can't really get from her. And that both of them have this understood agreement that if he's like out on the road, because he's a comedian, he travels and he can't get to her, and both of them like having sex, if he decides I just want to have sex with this person, doesn't really mean anything, doesn't mean he loves his wife less, that's fine with him, and then it's fine with him if she does the same with someone else. That's basically what he said his version of an 80-20 marriage is to him. And there was a lot of people in the comment section, of course, saying, oh, well, that's what works for them. And, well, if that's how they want their marriage to be, then that's the way their marriage works. That's the way their stuff goes. That's their marriage. It works for them. Listen, a lot of people, they don't like to hear stuff like this because it wounds their pride. It, rubs their ego the wrong way, because a lot of people, they like to indulge in that kind of stuff. But the issue is, this is why we have issues in the black community, and we have, the stuff that goes on. And let's not forget, STDs is still out there. I know we all got distracted by the virus, which I shall not name on this channel, but STDs is still out there. But anyways, a lot of people don't want to talk about this kind of stuff and how we should really do better in the black community, especially because they don't want to be held to a higher standard. They don't want to admit that the way they've been doing things is mediocre. They don't want to admit that we've laxed our standards into oblivion when it comes to relationships and marriage. They don't want to admit that there is no his way, her way, their way of doing a marriage. It's one way, and if you don't do it that way, then what even is the point? What even is the point? You want to have your cake and eat it too. You want to do stuff that you shouldn't. No, it's a marriage. It's between a man and a woman, and they don't go out sleeping around with each other just because of what they can or can't get from their significant other. And of course, he was very understanding. There were people in the comments saying, nah, fam, I don't agree with that. And he was saying that's completely understandable. So he understands that that's not, I feel like to a certain degree, he understands that that's not the way a marriage should go. And that some people are not going to just settle for that's how their marriage is supposed to be, and we should just shut up about it because it's not our marriage and we shouldn't be worried about it. No, but there's a couple out here that's looking at this and saying, oh, well, maybe we can do this. And instead of telling them, no, you don't need to do this, hold yourselves to a higher standard. Don't lower the bar to the ground or to the trash or to hell, for crying out loud. Raise the bar and do marriage the way it's supposed to be. Now, I'm not condemning him. I'm not, trying to judge him or whatever. I'm condemning the actions because there's too many people in the black community who thinks this is acceptable. And the only reason why, he was talking about him and his wife has an understood agreement that they understand this, that this is what they've been doing for some time now, that she's okay with it, he's okay with it. But this also gives people an excuse to cheat on their spouses or invite other people outside of the marriage and say, well, sometimes it doesn't always work this way, or you can't always have it perfect. And it's not about being perfect. It's about doing the right thing. Too many people in the black community settle for mediocrity and less than and promote mediocrity and less than. We need to get back to a place in society, like I said, where we raise the bar, get it out of the trash, and raise the bar when it comes to relationships, commitment, and marriage. No, I'm not going to sleep with some woman just because I'm not around my wife and I feel like I can get something from her that I can't get from my wife. Same thing with the husband. We're going to work things out, and if I can't get what I need, I'm not going to go out of my marriage, step out of my marriage, and go get it from someone else. That's not how this works. It's not how God wanted it to be. And you can tell me until you're blue in the face that you don't believe in God, you don't read the Bible. But marriage is and will always be a Bible based, God ordained institution. And anything you do wrong concerning that, it's not gonna go the way you want it to. You might think, oh, well, they seem fine with their arrangement that they have. But, I mean, are they really? How would you even know? Anyways. But like I said, I'm not here to condemn him personally. I'm not here to throw stones or judge people. I'm here to condemn mindsets because I don't want them to spread and have people thinking that this kind of stuff is okay. And then taking this mentality to their spouses and using it as a reason to be mediocre. And of course, he can say all he wants to. That's not what he intended to do. And that he's not trying to say that as a reason to justify people not doing the right thing. Nobody cares about that. They're going to do what they want to do and use who and what they want to justify it. I know we have freedom of speech, but we've got to take accountability for our speech and how we influence other people. And I really wish that he wouldn't have said that, to be completely honest. Like I said, I'm not trying to judge him or be disrespectful, but if that's what he was going to do with his marriage, I would have rathered he not say it at all, though. I really feel like this kind of stuff always boils down to two main things: a self-control issue and a faithless issue. And until we fix that, we're going to keep having these kinds of issues and these kind of things arise in the Black community. But like I said, it takes people who actually want to fix the issue to fix the issue, identifying it as a problem and then addressing it and then fixing it. But anyways, y'all let me know respectfully what y'all think and how y'all feel down in the comments below.